Hi, this is Patrick Sweeney coming to you from sunny Ireland. ODIN, the world leader in RFID, is bringing you another interesting video blog today. What we're going to be talking about is interference rejection. Why am I on the coast of Ireland? Well, nearly 100 years ago, the scientist Marconi sent the first RF signal from actually the western coast of the UK, transatlantic, to Newfoundland. It was the first RF communication, and it was a major breakthrough in technology. But most people don't know this. That experiment couldn't be replicated today, even with the more sophisticated equipment. One of the key things about an RFID system is its performance. Getting 99% performance requires great interference rejection. That's what we're going to talk about today in the video blog. We're going to see what Marconi started and how today's technology can help make that even better. So let's go back to the ODIN lab.
Thanks, Patrick. I'm Mike Ludwig with ODIN Technologies.
Hi, I'm Chetan Karani.
That's a lot of people talking at one time, and as you can see, you can't really understand anybody. Chetan, why don't you explain more about interference?
Yeah, as you just saw, that all of us had sound signals, and all these sound signals being transmitted at the same time generated a new signal called as noise, and this is what we call in layman's term as interference.
And in an RFID system, you have air interference noise, which is problematic and an intrinsic property of any kind of electrical system operating around the RFID system. So based on electrical outlets or any kind of electrical system you have around your unit, that can impact your RFID system by causing interference on an electrical level, on an electromagnetic level, by interfering with any kind of...
And as we were just saying, we just isolated the noise, that is, we just rejected the interference here, and this is what we call as interference rejection. And
there are three basic kinds of RFID interference which can significantly hamper any kind of RFID institution. The first of which is going to be the intrinsic capability of any kind of tags within an RFID system too.
So the three types of interference in the RFID systems are tag-to-tag interference, readers-to-tag interference, and reader-to-reader interference. So first of the three types of interference in an RFID system is tag-to-tag interference. And as we can see, here is a board that has around 200 UHF tags. Most of the readers today will be able to singulate and read all these tags. But what does tag-to-tag interference mean? If all these tags are talking at the same time, they're generating so much chatter that they may drown off a signal generated by a very weak tag if all the other tags are strong tags, and the reader won't be able to isolate that particular tag. And most of the readers today are incorporating what we call as anti-collision algorithms that can isolate one tag in a very large population of tags. But even with that said, most readers yet choke up with tags above 900 in population.
The second kind of RFID tag interference is reader-to-tag interference. This occurs when you have a small number of tags, something on the order of under 10, trying to communicate with more than one reader. So the basic energy level that a reader puts out is generally pretty high because it has to be able to read a high number of tags generally. But the amount of energy that a tag puts back after it's been talked to by a reader is very small, over 1,000,000 times smaller than the energy level for one reader. And when we have more than one reader trying to communicate in the same zone, the tag is just completely drowned out by the presence of other readers. Jade?
So let's head back and see what does reader-to-reader interference mean. So let's head back to the ODIN labs. Now let's talk about the third type of interference in an RFID subsystem. This is known as reader-to-reader interference. Now imagine an environment where you have a warehouse with 50 dock doors and you want to deploy 50 readers at each dock door. More the readers, more are they going to interfere with each other. And this issue can be aggravated and based on the geography where it's being deployed. For instance, in Europe, where you have the UHF bandwidth between 865 and 868 megahertz, and you're allowed to have 4 readers transmitting at full power or the maximum power, which is towards ERP. imagine having more than 4 readers transmitting at the same power level in close proximity. The issue is going to be readers interfering with each other. Now in the US, you have a 26 megahertz bandwidth, that is 902 megahertz to 928 megahertz, and you can have 50 channels, that is 50 readers installed in close proximity with minimal interference with each other. So again, geographies make a big difference when it comes to reader interference. Now imagine if I'm a reader that's been deployed with someone who doesn't understand the RF physics, and he wants me as a reader to get across the door. This is what happens. Hey.
Whoa, that's not going to work.
Alright, so let's see how it's going to work. The best way of deploying readers in such environments is to ensure that you tune the portals right, or you create some form of an isolation so readers don't interfere with each other, and a good RFID physics expert will deploy the reader in such a way.
To the city of Chicago.
So today you learned about interference and interference rejection in an RFID system. If you feel you have issues with your RFID system, give the engineers at ODIN a call. We have the key to RFID success.